Hey, Intuitive Soul Tribe. Mel, Intuitive Coach here, excited to bring to you your collective reading. Welcome back if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, collective, welcome. I'm getting Tim Burton showing up right away here in my mind's eye. And I haven't thought about Tim Burton forever. So for some of you, perhaps you've just watched A Nightmare Before Christmas, or perhaps the name Tim or Burton is significant. For others of you, maybe it feels like there's a nightmare going on before Christmas, and maybe you're losing sleep, or there's a lot of anxiety or a lot of hectic energy. So we're going to look at maybe some self-care techniques. How can you unwind? How can you relax into a little bit of healing? A little bit of healing for you. And we'll take a look at where you are at now, what you need to work on letting go of, how you can embrace some incoming energies, and what's likely to happen if you take these steps. So let's dive in here. Bottom of the deck, you have chills. All right. I got chills. They're multiplying. This is about you not freezing up, not freezing or stalling. Some of you, it feels cold. What do we do when we feel cold? We just want to hide under the covers. We just want to cozy up in front of the fireplace with that heated blanket, a nice cup of cocoa or tea, and we just want to warm up. But sometimes we feel like we've been left out in the cold. Sometimes it feels like there's just this chilling energy. You know, when you go outside and you're just chilled to the bone, I feel like for some of you, you've been going through that in a specific area of your life. And I feel like you're coming to a very pivotal point in your journey where you're warming up. I'm getting strong 5 of Pentacles here, where if you've been left out in the cold, especially regarding your health or your finances, there's a turning point coming in. And I feel like there is a lot of release, a lot of letting go here. So let's clarify, why is the chills showing up here for collective? We have the 8 of Swords. We see some returning to confidence here. There was a lot of self-doubt. Some of you were telling a story that was based on false information, or it was based on an illusion, or it was an old paradigm that you once were involved in, but you're not there anymore. That story no longer exists. This can be a mental mind muck, is what I call this card here, where the mind feels very trapped, feels very restricted. And I feel like you're coming out of this period. This is about returning to a sense of confidence, feeling like you are maybe stronger because of what you've gone through. And I feel like you're wearing, as I've been saying, a badge of honor, wearing that badge of honor with confidence and with grace and with humility, because you've gone through some very humbling experiences in your life, but you don't have to let those experiences drag you down. You don't have to let them, keep you stuck in that old warped story. And I feel like that's what you are really embarking upon subconsciously. This is being brought to your awareness, and you're saying, wait a second, why are these things happening in my life? What story am I telling myself that maybe I'm not even aware of? So there's definitely some big things coming up to your conscious awareness. We have the Strength card. I personally love the Strength card because this is the card of compassion. Compassion for oneself. Look at this guy in this illustration. He has a prosthetic limb. He is missing half his body, not half his body, but a big portion of his body that is used every single day, a portion that we may take for granted. And what he has done with possibly one of the most horrific things that he could have gone through is he is coming back stronger. He's coming back with more dedication, more perseverance, and more strength than he actually had prior to losing a limb. because this is the kind of confidence that is unquestioned. This is the kind of endurance that you say, I'm not going to let this hold me back. I am not going to become a victim and become, wheelchair bound to a situation. And again, for those of you that may be wheelchair bound, or you may have, something physically that is holding you back, this is also talking about, mental fortitude. This is emotional strength as well. So this is about you not letting something get the best of you. You can still live, a very profound life within whatever constraints and restrictions that have handicapped you in some way. So when the strength card shows up, this tells me here, collective, that there's nothing you cannot get through. Everything that you have going on in your life, every challenge, every obstacle, you're strong enough to live that life. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been part of your path. And sometimes you may have felt like you were going to break. Sometimes you may have felt like you would never get through whatever struggles and challenges that you were going through. But this is a beautiful energy. And as I always say, the comeback is stronger than the setback. And that's what I'm seeing here for you. This guy is full of, look at his muscles. Not only is this physical strength, some of you are regaining physical strength after possibly dis-ease or disease in the body. You're getting that strength back. But I also feel, because you have the swords, this is mental strength. This is getting the mental strength to tell yourself a new story and to warm up, right? Because there's been some chills. You've had to go through some storms. Look at right behind it. We have the storm. And it says, as within and so without, there are storms. Change is without a doubt. So this is where you've been. This is part of what's giving you chills. And so what might be happening now, or what's happened, is you're getting the triggers, you're getting the chills because you don't want to enter the storm again. You're trying to avoid doing whatever you possibly can to not go back to that space. And I feel like the 10 of coins is about you addressing some underlying situations that have to do with your long-term stability. For some of you, this is family drama. For others of you, it is, material wealth and emotional well-being. Which one is really taking precedence in your life? And is that the one that needs to be addressed? This can also be about investments, debt, and where your commitments are. This is the card of marriage, the card of retirement, longevity. It's the 10, right? The 10 of coins. So we work our whole lives to get to this 10 of coins. But for you, it feels like there's been some sort of underlying stability that has been challenged, that has been wounded, okay, or that has been built on a faulty foundation that you have the strength to address and to tell yourself a new story. So you can take this 10 of Pentacles and you can make sure it's flipped in the upright, because right now it's flipped in the reverse. So I feel like you have lasting security available. If you didn't, it wouldn't be showing up here for you. All right, so where are you at right now? You have the snow. You have the snow, and it says, there is beauty in the divine that settles on thy flesh, a magical enchantment bestowed in purity. Look at the white. There's so much white. And for those of you that have ever stepped outside on a beautiful winter day where it's a fresh snow, everything is white, it almost hurts your eyes, it's so bright, but there's sparkles everywhere. It just feels like a clean, fresh, innocent, vibrant energy in the air. And I feel like this is what you are getting to. This is the energy that you are bringing about at this time. Fresh starts, clean slates, that fresh first dust of snow that comes in after a snowfall, where there's no footprints, right? There's no, untethered or disrupted colors. It just feels so fresh. And I feel like this is the energy that you are embracing. And I say untethered here because it feels like perhaps you were stuck to something. Yeah, I feel like you were stuck to something here, but now you're able to really embrace the beauty in all things. So I like this showing up for you. Let's clarify. Spirit, where are we at right now with the snow and the new beginnings? What do we need to know? Innocence. I'm getting the Fool card because white is the color of purity. So you may be purifying your body. You may be purifying your thoughts. Yeah, the thoughts with the Eight of Swords. Some of you are purifying the energies around you because perhaps there is a new beginning coming in, or you're purifying your home, getting ready to maybe host some gatherings. I just feel like you want things to be fresh. You want things to feel like the air is cleared and there's a new energy to the mix here. We have double pages. So some of you are preparing for, again, messages, communication, new beginnings, but this could also be children. Some of you are, maybe you're preparing to have children or start a family. And for others of you, this is excitement. This is, strategizing and using this opportunity to plant some seeds, because the pages are not fully developed, right? It's an underdeveloped energy, but it is brimming with potential. And it starts here with the heart, making a choice from the heart. This is what I want to feel. And then using that beautiful, intelligent brain of yours to make it happen. And so these two energies coming together, because I see that there's been some anguish. Remember that storm that we talked about? The Ten of Swords says you want to lift that anguish. You don't want to feel held back anymore. You want that clean, fresh start. So whatever you're doing now, I definitely feel like you are preparing to plant some really beautiful seeds where you're going to see that growth. You're going to see that abundance in 2025. Absolutely. All right. Let's clarify here. What do you need to let go of? We have the poinsettia in reverse. Cast the shadows, scream silence at them, dear witch. What lurks inside transforms into the most beautiful of beauty. Aren't poinsettias poisonous? I feel like there's some sort of toxicity or some sort of poison that you are asked to let go of. And it says here, the shadows, right? Cast the shadows. That means see what the shadows are. In order to silence them, you have to see them, right? So whatever they are for you, and this woman doesn't exactly look happy either. She's sitting there next to the Christmas poinsettia. It's in reverse. So I feel like there are some poisons within the mind or within a situation. That's why the Ten of Swords is here, because this is about you lifting anguish. So Spirit, how can the collective cast the shadows and scream silence at them? Like say no more. Shadows, be gone. What lurks inside transforms into the most beautiful of beauty. This is telling me that there is gain after pain. There's love after loss. There is a new beginning after a very painful ending. Let's clarify here. Spirit, what are the shadows that we need to cast in order to scream silence at them? What are these shadows for the collective? Woof. All right, you got some. There's more than one shadow coming up here. We have the Chariot. We have another 10. So we have both the 10 of Cups, both the 10 of Pentacles here, which are, blessings. It's a sense of long-term stability, emotional fulfillment. But the fact that they're both showing up here in reverse says that there's a lot of foundational shifts and energies that have been tainted. Maybe even dreams that you have grieved because they've been broken with that certain dynamic, that person, that job, that wish that you thought you had for that situation. I feel like there is there is a grieving period that you've had to go through. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't have the underlying emotional energy that is attached to some sort of goal, but maybe not in the way that you thought it would. Because I feel that there's a deserved rest. You're putting something to rest here. And what are you putting to rest? The shadow of possibly a missed opportunity. And for some of you, it's because there was some sort of betrayal, maybe even self-deception or hidden deceit. The Seven of Swords with the Ace of Coins. Someone wasn't being honest, whether that was with yourself or it was with someone else. There was some sort of deceit. Someone was wearing a mask here. And I feel because that mask was put on, an opportunity was missed. And there's some shadows that are still lingering due to this missed opportunity. But what you have showing up, and I don't know when or how this flipped in the upright here, because I feel like they came out in reverse, but maybe not. You actually have the Chariot driving towards the Ten of Cups. The Chariot is persevering willpower. That's that strength card. So no wonder you're revving up the engine of the Chariot here, and you're riding in style at that, but you're heading right towards a completion. And this feels like a loving completion, a cycle here that maybe was difficult for you, but I see that it feels like a cup was taken away, like something here was taken away. It caused some sort of anguish, but I feel like another cup is being offered. And not that that old cup can ever be refilled with what was once in it, but I feel like there is something else that is going to help you feel more whole. There's another path here, another direction that you are guided to go on. But first, you have to let go of whatever that missed opportunity was here, collective. Whatever that Seven of Swords represents in your life, okay? Whatever deceit. Seven of Swords can be lying, cheating one out of, an experience. Whatever that is, that's the shadow for you. So cast that shadow out there and silence it, because that Chariot is coming in and picking you up saying, let's go. We're not hanging on the side of the road. This is your AAA call, and it's time to get in. It's time to move forward, because you're not going to be abandoned. You're not going to be left out, any longer. And I feel like you have been. So let's take a look at what you need to embrace. Look at that. You have self-care, self-love. If not me, then who? To tend to a wholeness, the parts in which surrender thy pulse for a heart that's nearer than any other. So what that means is, if you don't take care of you, who will? This is what you are guided to embrace. Remember that Four of Swords that we've seen here? Once you put some sort of shadow to rest, once you're able to bring it up to your conscious awareness, because I do see that there's a chill in the air, something that's showing up for a reason, for you to feel it, for you to heal it, and for you to release it. I feel like you're screaming that silence, like it says, no more. No more. I am done sitting in this energy. I'm done sitting in this pain or this challenge or nightmare for some of you, whatever it is. Okay. And it could be something on a scale that's a 1 to 10. For some of you, it's a 10 out of 10. So take it as it resonates. But I feel like self-care is what you are meant to embrace. Spirit, can we clarify? What do we need to know about self-care? Two of Coins. Self-care means setting some priorities. It means weighing up some pros and cons. Is this beneficial to my life? Is this healthy? Is this helping? Or is this detrimental? Is this unhealthy? Is this toxic? Is it holding me back? Am I tethered? There's that tethering energy coming up with the snow. Am I tied to it? Because you're not. The Two of Coins is really reassessing your path and saying, all right, there's a new path ahead of me. And I may not know all of the steps, but I sure as hell am going to figure it out, right? I'm not going to allow myself to hold back any longer. So this is weighing out, those pros and cons and really reassessing what is in your best and highest good at this time. Spirit, what is that? What is in collective's best and spirit, best and highest good? To walk away from drama, to withdraw from drama. Five of Wands can be conflict, it can be friction, it can be lack of direction, okay? Because we have the Two of Pentacles, maybe there is some sort of lack of, and if you feel very spacey, very foggy, very, very much like you don't know which way to go, now more than ever is that self-care is showing up. So meditate, really connect with yourself, ground your energy. Five of Wands is also about letting go of criticism, letting go of, adversity, competition, struggle, and obstacles, doing what you need to do to walk the path that brings less of this into your life. And it's going to be different for each and every one of you. But the Five of Wands is too many darn cooks in the kitchen. Like too much going on that's just clashing. So whatever is clashing in your life, you have the opportunity to reassess some priorities and say, wait a second, this is not working. When do you get sick and tired of being sick and tired? And I feel like you're releasing some really big energies at this time. So let's take a look at what is likely to happen after you take these big steps. You have the Bear medicine here. It's also card 1. This is the card of the Magician. It says, there is no tomorrow without the healing of the past, right? That's a big one because you are healing the past. There's something here about you casting those shadows, because when you cast those shadows, when you're able to look at them, you're able to reassess and take a look. Okay, this is working. This is not. Here's a new path. Here's a healthier option. What is that going to require of me? And will I do it? Or am I going to make an excuse? Or am I ready? So I feel like you're getting deep with yourself, but you're also staying in that energy of love and compassion, because that's what that strength is all about. Oftentimes, you'll see the lion and the woman, and she's sticking her hand in that lion's mouth. And I feel like there's a level of trust there. There's a level of trust within yourself, collective. And this is about you trusting that you have everything you need within you to make choices that are going to be beneficial. So often we second guess, we doubt ourselves. We say, well, what if I make a choice and it's not the right one? What if I A, B, or C, you name it. Let's work on the letting go of the what ifs and say, this is what my future is. I'm the alchemist. I'm the creator. I'm the one holding the paintbrush, and life is the canvas here. So I feel like once you do some of the healing of the past, it says, for stillness, you shall find yourself right where you are. This tells me that you're going to kind of jump. I'm getting like a Back to the Future, but this could be you've jumped into the past energy. There's some sort of healing that you're shedding, that you're letting go of. And then it's like you're able to jump into where you're at right now. And there's a sense of stillness. There's a sense of calm. So I'm actually going to read to you the Bear medicine, because this is your overall energy here as far as what's coming in. So let's take a look at the Bear medicine and see what we need to know around this. All right. This is all about hibernation, meditation, and healing. You are such a strong, sacred soul, but even the strong need time to rest. Making space for solitude and healing is not a sign of weakness, but self-preservation and self-worth. It shows a deep love and honoring of your most sacred treasure, you. That is why healers, shamans, gurus, and guides the world over make alone time such a priority. And that's what we see you doing here. You're reassessing some priorities. So if you've been maybe people pleasing, or if you've been putting everybody else's needs first, I feel like you are really being asked to take care of yourself, take care of your health, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Having a meditative practice allows you to heal mentally, spiritually, physically, and emotionally. It says that here. You have pulled the bear medicine card because you will find guidance, understanding, and healing for your situation in moments of solitude. You will begin to see things from a different perspective once you've had time to recharge your batteries. Your problem may even present itself in an entirely new light after some self-reflection. Let's dive into that here after this reflection, because we see that there is a big emphasis on that. But what does that light aspect look like for collective? What is the light aspect moving into 2025? We have the Five of Cups, you working on releasing the loss, right, that has occurred in the past, healing some of that loss. We see you becoming that unstoppable force that you are. You really are wearing that badge of honor with dignity, with grace. It feels like you've gone through a lot. Some of you are like the wounded warrior, but you're saying, I'm not going to let that wound drag me down. It's a scar, and I am going to wear that scar with honor. You have here the Death card, endings, bringing in new beginnings. This is you spreading your wings. You've been in that cocoon stage, and that's what the bear represents, is there's a hibernation here. This is really a time to focus on that healing for you. And look what we have. Oh my goodness. Look at the outcome. You have the Nine of Cups with the Ace of Wands. It says wishes granted. It says motivated beginning. The Nine of Cups is a beautiful energy. And remember we talked about the cups earlier with that 10, and I told you that one of them was taken away, right? What's 10 minus 1, it's that 9. But I feel like there is a new cup being offered here. There's a wish being granted. And this is something bigger and better because the universe wants you, spirit wants you, your higher self wants you to live in that energy of abundance, live in that energy of love, and know that you are worth it, and know that whatever you are, applying your energies and your commitments and your priorities towards, that you are worth it. And I feel the new year coming, this Ace of Wands is saying, all right, I'm in. I'm all in. There's a motivated new beginning here. Let's rock and roll. So I definitely see that after a period of introspection, a period of, self-reflection, and maybe even a little bit of hibernation here with the bear medicine. I do feel like meditation and stillness and just, being more mindful, and maybe even getting outside. For those of you that live in areas that are really snowy, if you can look outside on a bright, snowy morning after, a fresh snow. And I want you to remember this message. I want you to remember that there's beauty in the divine that settles on thy flesh, that you are magical, that you are, enchanted as well. There's this energy of purity and new beginnings and restoring and replenishing your body and your mind to that original state of balance. Okay, because sometimes we set our default mode on a condition that was very difficult. We set our default mode back onto a time when things were very difficult or challenging. And sometimes we have to work on our belief systems to say, wait a second, that's not the default mode that I want to fall back on. I know better than that. And that's what I see you doing, is you're working on resetting a default mode, which means you're shifting in your belief system and you're letting go of an old story that you told yourself, so you can have that new beginning that you desire, have that new beginning that you deserve, and whatever this wish is for you, right? Emotional fulfillment, that 10 of Cups. This is that genie in a bottle saying, all right, here's a cup. We're going to add it to that 10. The 10 of Cups is the card of the ultimate blessing. It is the energy of, happily ever after, community, family, bliss, reflecting on, the things that bring you joy and happiness. And I see that's what you're doing in that 2 of Pentacles, the 2 of Coins there. You're resetting some priorities, and you may be walking a new path. So don't be surprised if your intuition really comes in and you receive some clear answers. before the end of the new year. You may have some clear answers about the direction, but don't worry about the hows, right? Let spirit work with the hows with you. You just have to continue to take a baby step, one in front of another, and you're going to see how things start to fall into place for you, collective. That is what I have. I hope that resonates. Thank you so much for being here. If you like the message, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. And lots of love to you.